Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Rosenberg, and today we're going to talk about how long to hold each stretch. Now, um, first I'm going to start off with an analogy. The rubber band. Muscles are like rubber bands. They have a certain amount of elasticity and a certain amount of strength. Obviously, rubber bands aren't very strong, but they are very elastic. Um, be careful with that. We're going to use this rubber band and we're going to put it around my iPad. This is an alternate use of new material. And if I put this rubber band around the iPad and I leave it there for a period of time, a couple of days, when I take this rubber band off, it's longer. It's lost. The analogy falls short a little bit because there's less blood supply. I mean, there's no, what do I say? There's no blood supply, no nerve supply to a rubber band. So it actually gets weaker as it gets longer. Muscles actually get stronger and get more blood supply when they're stretched out. You have greater contractile strength from a muscle that's elongated. So it's very interesting. In martial arts and karate, we would do a punch. Okay, the longer my muscles, the more extension I had, the more power at the end of the punch. So the reason for stretching in martial arts is to not only take away the hindrances from your joints from tight muscles, but also have greater extension, greater power at the end of your technique, whether it's kicking or punching. For running and other things, you don't do full extension of the joints. So sometimes you could actually not realize that you have a stretch issue in a certain muscle group because you don't go full extension. So, for example, a runner might be like this, and they'll feel the stretch in their hamstring, but they're not getting the lengthening of the muscle that they need to. First, this leg needs to be straightened. Okay, then it needs to be held. Now, the topic of this video is how long do you hold it? Well, if you go down and come up, game over. Okay, you haven't really stretched anything. You might have had the sensation of stretching, okay, but you didn't actually lengthen the muscle. So maybe maybe my video should be how to lengthen your muscles instead of how to stretch them. As I hold this and as I breathe, which brings fresh oxygen and fresh nutrients in the blood system to the muscle, it allows them to get longer, okay, and stay that way for a longer period of time. My concern when I was younger, I grew up in New York City in a tough neighborhood. I started throwing martial arts when I was younger, and my concern was if I got picked on or beat up or attacked by a gang, which did happen, I needed to be as limber as I could. I couldn't say to the gang, excuse me a second, I got to stretch my leg before I could defend myself or run away. It just didn't work that way. So I wanted to achieve for myself a permanent level of stretch, which would allow me to do what I needed to do. And along the way, I've taken years. I've been doing martial arts, yoga, tai chi, for 38 years. There's sometimes I've never taken any time off practicing the martial arts, but there's sometimes I've actually taken years off of doing the prep work, like stretching. And when I came back to it, the stretch, the flexibility was there. And the reason is that the muscles were lengthened and they grew that way. Every 7 years, we have a new body. Every cell in your body gets replaced by a new cell. So if you start stretching and lengthening your muscles now, in 7 years, your muscles will be higher quality, longer, and stronger. There's a lot of bad you could do in 7 years to your muscles as well, but that's another topic. So as I hold this and I breathe in through my nose and out, and I hold it, and I'm lengthening the muscle. Somebody once came to me and said, Mark, I hold the stretches max 2 seconds and get out of it. That's all you need. I said, well, show me what you can do. I can't. I got to warm up first. If you have to warm up by jumping on a trampoline or using jump rope or running to loosen up your muscles, that's a false sense of muscle lengthening. The muscles aren't lengthening. They're just a little bit more springy when there's blood in them. I prefer to stretch cold, not ice cold, not like walk out of the winter time and come in and stretch. But I mean cold in terms of I haven't done anything to warm up or get additional blood to my muscles. Then I hold the stretch for as long as I can. I've actually practiced the lotus position, where you bring one foot on top of the other, okay, like this, and have flopped over on my stomach and fell asleep in that position. My stretch, I had trouble getting out of the position. My stretch was really good after that. So I encourage people to try and spend a little bit more time holding each stretch. It doesn't matter which stretch it is. If you need to improve a stretch, you need to lengthen the muscle. When you lengthen the muscle, it gets stronger, it gets broader, it gets flatter. It becomes more resilient to injuries. There's more blood supply there. And as a result, you'll be much more flexible. Right, that's today's video on howtostretch.com and on Dr. Mark Rosenberg. Actually, it's markrosenbergdc.com.